Hi. I'm relieved. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Oh God. Part B. My real life according to me. Just Kyia. Okay, so remember we're at Sandra's house and I described what her husband looks like, the guy from Five Heartbeats, the one who got the girl pregnant. And so he comes in light bright. So me and her feeling good and we cool. She didn't mention her husband. She ain't told me a lot. I haven't told her a lot about mines and whatever. So he comes in, he's peeping it out. He fix us some drinks and he already know we feeling good or whatever. Okay, so he dismissed himself, whatever. So me and her still hanging out, being silly, and then they were very active. They had like a boat, a RV, just very active with their kids, and I admired it. I really like, gosh, I've never seen a black family that's doing it the way that they're doing it, and the house, that's their house. They're buying it, and all these good things. So like I said, I probably been knowing Sandra maybe a good 4 or 5 months. We're into our new semester. He knows I'm trying to get in nursing. She is as well. Okay, and her father had that business she's working for. And what was he doing? He was doing something like a really good job. Gosh, I can't remember. It's gonna come to me. I want to. It's okay. Anyway, it's gonna come to me. So we have that interaction, and then I'm still there. We wasn't expecting him, so we was just gonna be drinking and chilling all night or whatever. So he there, and then he started like coming back and forth, and I'm looking at her, and she's like, "Girl, let's go out to the RV." So the RV is parked out in the driveway area. So we got go out there and we're drinking, we're still just being silly, we ain't talking about nothing, but we're enjoying each other's company. Her kids are not there. And so he comes out there, do y'all want to drink or whatever? So then we was like, okay, whatever. And we looking at each other, we all ready, but he left, and then he leaves, he come back and bring us drinks and he trying to cool out there. And she finally said, you got to go. We're just hanging out. And he go, what about your friend? Then I looked at her. She looked at me and smiled and then looked at him and then he left. What about your friend? So okay, whatever. So he left us alone. He brought it. We still had the previous drink. Brought us another drink. So we cool. I mean, we was out there just being girly girls or whatever. So I go home, and then let's say the next week I see her in our walking class or whatever. Yeah, because we took it the next semester as well, because you have to do a year or something of physical ed or something to qualify to go to college and whatever, or to get to the program, whatever. So the next week I see her. Okay, so let me describe Sandra. Sandra, beautiful, beautiful. She almost looks like she should have been a mix of like Nigerian and a nice, beautiful, because she had the big, beautiful, perfect lips. Her skin color was like a nice caramel, like a nice, yeah, very, and it just looked smooth. She was very big breasted naturally, like a Wendy Williams. And then everything else was small. She was kind of shaped like a natural Wendy Williams, but she's not as tall. And she would giggle. She's nice, very kind of mild mannered, and I really enjoy Sandra. I really did, and I've never met a friend like her. And she, her kids, like her oldest son, looked just like her husband. Ooh, I said I felt sorry for him, old light bright. Back then, I'm like, and I used to tell her, so she's like, girl, stop telling her that. I said, light skin ain't in right now. I think he was 11 or 12 at the time. And I said, you better go get some sun, boy. We don't like those light skinned boys, and I would tell him that. And then her next one was a daughter, beautiful, beautiful, slender girl. I think she was like 9, and she was very quiet, petite. Very polite, yes, but and when you're not looking, you can see the real side of her. And Sandra would see it. I told you I'm a people watcher, so I would watch. I'm like, okay, yeah, go on, do your thing. And then she had her youngest was a boy, and I think that was kind of their surprise child. So he was 11, she was 9, and then the baby. Gosh, when I first started coming, well, I guess he wasn't 1, maybe he was like 4 or something like, yeah, 5 years apart. Probably that's like 4. And he was a good mixture of both of them, but I hadn't figured out his personality. But I told that little tall, light skinned one, I said, you go get you some sun. We don't like them light skinned. And they would love when I would come around because her daughter told me, my mom seems more happy when you're around, but I've always seen Sandra happy and like, okay, whatever. And they really like when I would come around. No, I didn't have any kids. Kenny was kind of in and out. Okay. So let's say I'm gonna stay with here just to wrap Sandra up because later she's not gonna come up. So it's kind of gonna overlap with other, but I'm gonna finish this whole story with Sandra, what happened. So then as time goes on, we're taking our prereqs, and by the time we got to the PE, I'm partitioning to get into the program, and then I need to finish this bio. And she needed, actually, Sandra had been trying to get in the program 2 years before I even got there. I didn't realize, she didn't tell me this till later. This is my first attempt trying to get in, and she's been going through this. So at this time, I knew like you need to get on the waiting list, but if your potential shows that you're going to succeed, you can get on the waiting list sooner. And so this was back in 98. I think it was like 98 now. Yeah, it takes 2 years to kind of do your prereqs. And at this time, I didn't realize she had already been trying. So I applied to get on the waiting list, and I get through to get on the waiting list, even though I have another biochemistry and something else. But okay, my records show that most likely I will complete these classes. I can go on the waiting list and get in. So she as well tried to get on the waiting list, but they didn't approve her to get on the waiting list. And then at this point, she starts sharing more things with me. So we went out to lunch because, of our news. And then she starts telling me more about her relationship with her husband. I take anyone at their face value what they tell me. I don't go by my interpretation. I don't, but I am a people watcher, and I do peep out things. But okay, I'm not living in your situation, and I take whatever you tell me at face value 100%. Even if it sounds a little cuckoo, I tell you it sounds a little cuckoo, but okay, if you're saying that's what it is, I believe you. So we're out to lunch this day, and she is genuinely congratulating me to be able to get on the waiting list. So that means like 1 year, and whatever can be take concurrently through the program is okay. But you got 1 year now. You're on the waiting list, and most likely you're going to get in. But you got to get these things done first. If it comes here and you're not done, okay, bam, you're back to the end. So as she's celebrating me, congratulating me, it's time for Cassandra to open up about what's going on with her. I had no clue. So we're sitting there, we're having a nice lunch, and her treat, yeah, I ain't got no money. So she's like, I want to talk to you, Kyia. I was like, yeah, girl, anything, anytime. By this time, we've been friends we're on our third, probably going into our fourth semester. So that's like 2 years now. Not quite. She said, I want to share some things with you. Absolutely. So she proceeded to tell me about how her husband truly treats her. Yeah, light bright. So she said, there's a couple of things I want to share with you, but I want to ask you something first. Okay. She said, have you ever had a threesome? I'm like, no. No, I've never had a threesome. No. Have you ever thought? I was like, no, not. I was like, girl, shoot, if I want a threesome, I want two D's. I don't want no P. Because when one D get tired, I can have the other D. I said, but threesome how? She's like, well, she said, me and my husband, we've been talking about having a threesome for a while now, for like a long time. And when I brought other women home, he wasn't attracted to them. And then he have brought two women home. I'm not attracted to them. I ain't never had no threesome. Mm-mm. And then she goes, my husband really, he's feeling you. And he has asked me twice now to ask you, would you have a threesome with us? Huh? Me, I don't know. I kind of, I said, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I said, so I said, you want to be with me sexually? She's like, well, I could. I was like, wait. I said, you been with a woman before? She said, yeah. I'm like, wait. And then I felt honored. I felt, but I said, so you want to have sex with me? And she said, yes, but more importantly, me and my husband both want to have sex with you. Huh? I said, I don't even like light-skinned guys. I said, I'm not even attracted to your husband. I don't like light bright. And she started laughing and I started giggling. I said, girl, ooh, I said, Sandra, I said, girl, I said, you know what you're asking me? I said, I've never thought about anything like that. So we finished having lunch and now my mind is like, wait, what? Huh? And then I said, well, what am I gonna get on? She's a beautiful girl, but I'm not attracted to women. I'm not absolutely not attracted to light bright. Why would I even do anything like this? So I'm like, girl, I said, I don't, and all of this, I said, girl, I don't think so. I said, maybe if he was chocolate. I told her that. I said, no offense, but I'm not even attracted to your husband. I don't like bright skinned guys. And I said, you cool? And I said, I ain't never been with a woman. I said, girl, you got a lot of titty. I said, I mean, I don't know what you going to expect. I did. And I was like, I don't think I can. I'm like, I don't think I can stand up to y'all stand. I said, have y'all done this before? She said, we did it one other time, but both of them weren't happy because they had not agreed on the person. So they kind of been looking for a while now. And I don't know, I'm going to say a year. I don't know. But she said, now both of us agree upon you. Huh? Huh? Oh, okay. I only got 20 minutes. I got to remember this is part B. I said, girl, I can't. And I said, really? I said, I don't even, I said, I'm not attracted to light skinned brothers. And that's good. And I just knew like easily I could say no because of that. But then I'm looking at her big old titties. I'm like, and then I'm like, I ain't gonna eat no pussy. I just can't. I ain't never, You might could do me. But no, I ain't gonna, no. And then I don't want no little pink yellow, no. And I'm not telling her that much detail, but kinda. So she said, I understand. She's like, I'll do it if it was with you, but I really don't want to do it no more the first time. And then she told me about like the girl was really more into her man and they were really more into it and kind of, I guess wasn't involving her. And she said she really wasn't attracted to the woman, but she said before that she had been with a woman, not with a threesome, but she said she had been with a woman before and they just kind of had a little something and that was enjoyable. But when this happened with the previous threesome or the first threesome that they had that they agreed upon. The woman wasn't attracted to her. She said she really wasn't, but they were into each other. I was like, okay, we have 15 minutes. I'm like, girl, I can't. Okay, so that happened. And then me and her still, we cool. I love Sandra. So we're hanging out and we're doing whatever. And she told old boy, no, Kyia ain't gonna do it or whatever. I'm gonna finish the story about Sandra because after this, it really does, she doesn't come up again. Okay, so then after that, we're hanging out, and let's say it's a couple of weeks later. I'm at their house. The kids are there. Me and Sandra's hanging out. We're having our drinks after we studied or whatever. Yes, I am getting into the program. She's not, but I'm trying to help her with her bios to get her grade up because at this time she has expressed to me she's been trying to get into the program for 2 years, and then as I'm over her house and we're studying and her kids are there, I'm there, but her husband is not there yet, she opens up a lot to me. A lot. So she started expressing to me that her husband, like, is it called aphrodisiac? And I said, aphrodisiac? What is that? And I might be saying the word wrong. And I probably should have looked it up first, and I was like, what is that? And then she said, my husband, I said, she goes on to say, like, he likes smoking primos. I said, oh, yeah, I know about primos or whatever. But I'm like, he likes smoking primos. She said, yes, but he likes smoking them. But as he's inhaling it, we're having sex or I'm going down on him. And what he tries to do as he's getting that high, he wants to have like an orgasm or that feeling at the same time. I was like, damn girl, that sounds like a lot of work. I said, that sounds like a lot of work. And then so she's like, you know, I said, well, I've done primos in the past. I know about primos, but I'm like, whenever anytime I've done that, I have never been sexual feeling or whatever. And she said, me either. And so we started sharing more so about primos. And I was like, oh yeah, experienced and told her about what I've been through, and then she was telling me about what they've been through, as well as what they're still going through, and this stuff. So we're bonding even more, and so he hasn't come home yet. So we're sharing both of these things. So then at this time, I'm like, girl, I don't even get horny close to, and I'm telling her that not even close when you're doing that. I said, girl, all you do is sit there. She said, want more. I said, amen. So me and her on the same page. I was like, it's just not for me. But her and her husband, they've been together forever. They have established a lot. So I guess she's willing more so to stick her neck out there a lot more than I am with what I'm going through with Kenny. So then he comes home. So once he comes home, once again, we go out into the RV because she knows I don't want to deal with him. And then we went out there quick. So as soon as he come home, I guess she realized like, oh yeah, I could tell he's feeling good or whatever. So we go right out to the RV. And then he comes out there. And we weren't even out there 5 minutes. And he go, you talk to her? And she said, yeah. She said, she go, no, it ain't gonna work. And he go, why? Yeah, she told me you don't like light skin. You like short, thick brothers, huh? And I'm looking at him. I'm like, I don't like high yellow brothers. That's what I don't like. And so he couldn't. So before this, me and him would always get into it. For one, I started seeing how he's treating Sandra. He would treat his kids good for the most part and honestly make sure they're gone away, but I'm sure they still hear it. So I'm kind of seeing the interaction between them. And then he's telling me, oh, you like short, thick brothers or whatever. And then I'm like, no, I don't like no high yellow brothers or whatever. And he's like, okay, we'll see. He's like, what you need? I said, what do you mean? What do I need? He said, I know your husband ain't staying there. Aren't you going to divorce? Don't you need some money? You need some help, don't you? I was like, well, hell yeah, I need some money. Yeah. He's like, well, how about if we work something out? And I looked over at Sandra and she's just kind of nodding her head. And then I look over at Light Bright and then, he's like, so think about it. Think about it. And he leaves out. So now at this point, I could tell Sandra wants me to come into this relationship. She wants me to. And I'm looking like, girl, I said, no, I said, I'm just not attracted to him. I'm really not. And at this point, maybe if I was, I might have done it. Maybe because I love Sandra so much and I felt for her. And if I was to ever do this, it probably would have been with her, even though she had all those titties and stuff. But in the same sense, I'm not attracted to a woman like that. And I told her, I said, I would never do. She's like, don't worry about that. And I'm like, oh, and okay. And then so I'm talking to her, and that's like, whatever. Then Light Bright comes back. And then he brings us another drink. So we sitting down there. So now I see the plan. They had a plan. Because soon as he came home, he was already feeling good. And right away, we went out to the RV. And we'll wait a little bit until he started acting up. But he came home acting up. And then as we're in the RV, he said all that stuff. And me and him, he couldn't stand me. He thought my mouth was too much. Because Sandra was kind of quiet. And she'll just take it and then let him vent. And she knew how to deal with him good. And I'm like, hell no. I was like, shut the fuck, what the hell are you talking about? You disrespectful, blah, 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 blah. He's like, see, that's what's wrong with you. You don't know when to shut up. That's why you ain't got your man. And he was saying me and him would be like, and for whatever reason, come to find out that turned Light Bright on more because I'm totally opposite of Sandra, but that's his wife. And of course they love each other, but I'm the total opposite of that. And then challenge him and then get this not little, whatever get him all worked up and he happy. So okay, so we're in the RV. He comes back with another drink, and then Sandra, okay, so he leaves a drink. He didn't say nothing. I rolled my eyes at him, and I looked towards her, and then whatever. And then so he leaves off again. We had 20 minutes. I'm gonna end it by 30. I promise. Well, I don't promise. Hopefully. So this evening, he brought us another drink, and Sandra is trying to talk me into it. She really is. She's telling me like, Kyia, I really want to give him this. I want to do it, but I only want to do it with you. And I said, girl, for one, I ain't drunk enough. For another, I said, I'm really not even attracted to your husband. I said, it gotta be something. I mean, I'm not. And then I said, I really, I can't see myself being with you. And I said, no offense. I said, I think you probably would do some good by me. I said, I don't know. Maybe you know how to please a woman. And I said, I'm kind of curious. I said, but I just can't. So she went on a little bit longer trying to talk me into it. It didn't work. And then Light Bright comes back one more time and she kind of signals him like no or whatever. He's coming down a little bit. Then he goes back in and starts smoking crack. I mean, primos. He didn't, as far as I knew, he didn't smoke crack. He liked primos. And is that a youth or something where she called it where while you're having an orgasm at the same time, he's hitting on the primo and it's this euphoric or over the top thing. Can I talk about this on here? Well, it's my real life, right? Okay, grown folks talk. So, okay, this happened. Then, okay, so no, he goes back in and do that. So maybe, I'm going to say 3 weeks later. when was Sandra's birthday? I think it was in the summertime or something. So Kenny's still trying to get back in. He's still living with his parents, but he's trying to get back into my life, apologizing. I'm still not trusting him, but I'm not being with anyone else, at no one at this time or whatever. So her birthday comes around. And this one, I found out about my favorite artist. Well, my second. Mary J. Blige is my first. Absolutely. I have never listened to anyone else consistently or bought an album other than Mary J. Blige at this point in my adult life. In my life, I'm not a person that's really into music like that, but the only artist I have ever spent my money on and listened to like an album consistently is Mary J. Blige. So, a matter of fact, my first pregnancy, when I found out on Mother's Day, I'm not sure if I shared this. I found out I was pregnant, then went through all the stuff to find out my due date. My first due date was due on Mary J. Blige's birthday. And if I'm not mistaken, it's January 13th, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Mary, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm still your number one, but I ain't got it. Okay, girl. You don't know my birthday. I'm kidding. Okay, anyway, so Kenny trying to get back, in good with me, and he see the things I'm doing. So I did invite him. She was her husband was giving Light Bright is giving her a big nice birthday party at their home. And matter of fact, this is their second home. They done moved into another home. And a nice party, different people there. And okay, so I come, and this is the first time Kenny is around me, Sandra, and Light Bright all together. So I'm feeling good already. Kenny hanging out with me. We already been drinking. None of the other stuff, just drinking. And so we get there, and her brother, Sandra's brother, gives her a present. And she opens it and oh my God, I wanted this. I wanted this. And she put it in the CD player. Yeah, we're going back to CD players. And I hear Lauryn Hill for the first time in my life. The miseducation of Lauryn Hill, right? I was like, and I hear the first song, and then the second, and then and then the whole CD played. And then I said, play that one more again. I was like, who was that? And she said, oh, this is my brother got me, and I've been wanting her, and blah. I said, I'll be damned that. And I don't know, that's played in rotation all night. I wouldn't let nothing else play. All I wanted was that miseducation of Lauryn Hill. The next day I went out and bought the CD, needless to say. So as it's playing, I'm feeling even more good. And me and Sandra, we're still close, and that was my girl at the time, and all these good things go, or whatever. So I'm feeling good, and Kenny there, and I'm thinking to my mind, why he here? And then thank God, because I'm really like ETOH levels up there. So Sandra is kind of flirting with me because she noticed, like, yeah, I'm feeling this Lauryn Hill. And she kind of flirted, but not being inappropriate, nothing too much. And then as people start to leave, Kenny's like, well, let's go. And she said, oh, wait, don't leave yet, and just wait. A couple more people are going to leave. And and I went outside with her as she's saying bye to her guest, her brother, whoever. Then her husband is out there as well. Kenny's in the doorway. I don't realize it at this time, but Kenny is peeping out. And Kenny every time we go out, he kind of likes it when I'm, just feeling myself grooving and listening to the music and interacting with people. And I'm very social, and I am touchy-feely, more so with women No, not even more so with women, but I've never been with a woman in my life. I never have, no matter what. Remember, my mother used to call me a drunk lesbian, but I just think women are beautiful and okay. When I talk, I am very okay. Anywho, so Kenny is really not saying anything. He's just peeping things out. So she asked me to come outside, say bye to her brother and all this other stuff. And then as me and her walk out, her husband, Light Bright, is saying bye to another girl, which I didn't even realize her at the party. But then I look over at Sandra, and Sandra's face didn't change, and he's saying goodbye to one of the guests, and it is a female, very nice, light skinned. She almost looked like Pebble, a light skinned black girl, cute, kind of looked like Pebble. And then he's saying, bye, I don't care, bye, Light Bright, you go too, go with other Light Bright. But I look over at Sandra and she looks pissed. So then, okay, I notice something is wrong, but I'm still in my ETOH. Okay, my girl is pissed now. I can see it. She ain't said nothing. So I go over to Light Bright and Light Bright times two. And I said, your wife, who birthday it is, waiting for you. And he flirting with her now. And I'm like, you gotta go. Goodbye. I said, who are you anyway? I said, I don't even remember seeing you at the party. Yeah, ETOH level was a little up there, a little high. I said, I don't even remember seeing you at the party. I said, what's your name? And then let's say he said her name's Teresa. I don't know. I said, well, how you know her? And I said, who are you? Come to find out, it was Sandra's friend. But why is he saying goodbye? Sandra's over here with me looking pissed. I said, okay, bye, Teresa. Thank you for coming. And I'm kind of have her husband arm. And I was like, see, there you go. Why you doing this? And I'm saying, see, I thought you wanted me. So now I'm flirting with him on purpose. My girl is pissed off. And she have shared other things about his indiscretions, and she's kind of that laid back, she don't get into it with the girls, blah blah blah. And she tell me about it. Okay, I don't want to say dumb, but I'm like, girl, he gonna keep doing it if you let him, but he ain't gonna do it in front of me. My girl upset. So I said, I thought you wanted me. I thought you wanted us, and blah blah blah. And he looking like, oh, maybe he got a chance because I'm on. But now I'm not coming down, but I'm seeing what's going on. You ain't gonna do this in front of me, not to my girl. Mm-mm. So he come on, Teresa, bye, Light Bright number 2. So he comes on back, and as I'm walking him back, and I'm flirting with him like, yeah, I thought you wanted me and your blah, 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 blah. Now I see Kenny at the door. I'm like, oh, Lord, he looking pissed. He looking crazy as I don't know what. He don't know what's going on or anything. But I got Sandra's husband away from him, and I said, girl, the party's winding down or whatever. And then I tell Libra, I said, I'll be back. I told him that for my girl because I see, and she doesn't speak. She doesn't go to that comfort. I have never. I know Sandra. She was around when I was pregnant with Kenny. I mean Kenny, when I was pregnant with Jeremiah. So I knew her for a good 7 years, I think. But when this happened, I've been knowing her for a good going on 3, because I'm about to get into the nursing program now. The nursing program that next semester is starting for me, and she didn't get in at all. But nah, you ain't gonna do this. Not today. Not in front of me. Not with this good ass woman, right? No. So Kenny heard me said I'll be back. So I only did this, and I went and told her, I said, he ain't going on, I told him blah, blah, blah. And, and she's kind of, but she's not expressing it. And they go in. Me and Kenny drive home. He's like, what you mean you going to be back? Oh, you done been with her husband now too. I was like, you really going to go here? You really think? I said, you ain't even asked me nothing. I said, you don't even know about this one. We going back and forth. We draw. Okay, you got to go. I ain't done nothing. Still at this point, I haven't cheated, done nothing. I ain't had intercourse. I guess you call it other things. If you want to call it cheating, okay, whatever. But I ain't had no intercourse. And that's what he's talking about, basically. So we're arguing on the way home. Okay, and it's 34, and I'm going to cut it off there. And then we do get back to the house. Yes, ETOH love was good for both of us. Of course, he stayed the night over. Of course. Come on now. For sure, he wasn't going to presume I'm going to go back over there, which I wasn't. But, okay, so we're going to end it there. And then I will finish the story about Sandra in Light Bright. And then we will continue through my college years. And what happened with Kenny and me. And Cassius will be in the next episode. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My real life according to me. Just Kyia. I'll see you for season 4, episode 2. Because this is only going to be part B. Thank you. Until then, let's do what? Inspire, encourage, and challenge each. What? Inspire, encourage, and challenge each. Wicked. Oh! I think it's the hat that gave me my beatbox skill. Love you, love me. Let's do this. I appreciate you. Let's continue the journey, and please share, please subscribe. Come back. There's so much to share with each other. There's so much to learn from each other. I get so when I get in this moment and realizing, when I take a deep breath and I realize what I'm doing, and yes, it's my dream, but it's beyond my dream, because it's never limit God. It's never, you tell God your dreams and he's gonna supersize it type thing, because I was fine with just writing my book, but this is so much more me, interacting and able to express, able to get, so even though my words in the book, but you get my perception, my feelings, my desire, and my emotions as I express what I've been through versus me writing it, because ultimately you get your own perception, which is great as well, because people who have never seen my story, me telling it audibly right now, if they just read the book, they're going to get a whole different perception. And then imagine, them coming back around and seeing this. I don't know. Okay, I'm just loving it. The Lord has just supersized what all of this came about because I said no to that book publishing deal. Okay, until next time, thank you. Inspire, encourage, and challenge each other. I truly believe that that strengthens us all.